What's up, man?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I got some protein bars.
Thank you for the film.
Hi there, me again. Today's video is from earlier this year when we went to Las Vegas for a bachelor party. Most of our friends flew, but Jared and I decided to make a road trip of it. Our first stop would be Denver, where we stayed with Jared's friend Troy. The next morning, after getting some coffee in our systems, we were ready to drive the rest of the way to Vegas. How you feeling this morning?
Better now. Better now.
We made good time to Utah, the land of the most scenic rest stops, and took a quick break at Black Dragon Canyon. These photos were taken on Kodak Ultramax 400. Driving through the canyons in this part of the country is so magnificent, but don't get too distracted by the mountains. We almost died, so we're, what, 100 miles, 150 miles away from Vegas? All of that driving, we're so close, and we almost died. Why don't you tell them what happened, Jared?
75 miles an hour. It was kind of, you know, there were 2 to 3 car spaces behind everyone, and all of a sudden you come down a hill, no signs, you just have to stop. You have to hit the brakes. And if I would have been distracted, that would have been it. That would have been game over.
Would have hit this guy.
We're out of the canyons now, though. After a lot of standstill traffic and a beautiful golden hour in the desert, we arrived in America's playground, found our hotel, and met up with the rest of the guys.
Feeling cold.
Feeling great.
Feeling good.
License to massage.
License to massage.
Oh, how do you get there?
Yeah.
Oh!
Cocker, you got any words for the camera? Got any advice for people?
My advice was to just be your true self and to love that true self.
What's the move, Teach?
I gotta find my wallet. I lost my wallet.
Our day started at a pool called Wet Republic, which was a great time. I didn't feel like getting my camera from the 1950s wet, so here's some iPhone photos. After the pool, we got our keys to the Bachelor suite at the Bellagio that we got for our 2 bachelors and hung out for a while. Here's some photos. was an area in the Bellagio that had an exhibit that looked like something out of The Wizard of Oz, so I took a couple of photos here. For lunch, we went to Hell's Kitchen, which was not cheap, but totally worth it. After lunch, I put on my GoPro and went out with Ethan to shoot street photos on a roll of Portra 160.
All right, kid, head down, kid. Here we go.
That might be cool. I was gonna try and get that earlier. I can't remember where from though. Oh, I was gonna try and go over here and get this Caesar's Palace thing. Let's go down the other one. This photo just screams Vegas, and the truncation of the performers' faces makes it even more interesting. A little shaky, but whatever. Nice. 4750, wow. I took this photo and got my finger in the frame like I often do, but I thought the composition was a little bit busy, so I cropped it to the Hasselblad X-Pan aspect ratio, which was good, but not perfect. So I cropped it again to the CinemaScope aspect ratio, which I think is perfect. You get a little more of the palm trees, and the composition is just more balanced overall. I saw these street performers crossing the street and took this photo, which might be my favorite of the trip. The light and color is great, the background is awesome, and the street performers in the foreground just make it a quintessential Las Vegas moment. Also, no one is on their phone, which adds a timeless aspect to it. After that shot, Ethan and I made our way to the other guys for dinner, and I took a couple of quick shots along the way. Let's do 5.6. I'm gonna see if I can get this just looking down here with the zip liners, if they go, because they're gonna go right over here. Oh, they're getting ready. This photo took a little foresight and planning, and I love how it turned out. Super dreamy. Oh, they got you. They got you, sir. After Zach got ambushed by street performers, we watched the Bellagio fountain show, which is really fun to see, but I wanted to freeze it in time with a photo. After looking around a bit, I found this family which I thought would be perfect to place in the foreground, and boy was I right. I was still using Portra 160, so there's a little shake, but I think it adds to the dreaminess of this scene. The next day we went to the Bellagio Pool, which was way more my vibe, and I did bring my film camera this time. This is another one of my favorite photos. The light is once again amazing, and it almost reminds me of some kind of Renaissance painting. Later we got dinner, I saw more shoes than I could ever wear, and I saw this amazing photography exhibition. Oh, and there was this demon ritual thing happening nearby too. After I did that, we all hung out in the Bachelor's suite, and I took pictures of the gang with the rest of the Portra 160, some expired Kodak Gold 200, and a flash. This set of photos is just so fun to look at, and looking at them now, it makes me so happy and honored that I got to celebrate this special time with Tyler and Tavares, the two bachelors. As you get older, you don't get to see your friends as much, because life gets in the way, and it's just so important to make the most of your time together, and we definitely did that on this trip. So I just want to say, no matter what you've got on you, whether it's your phone, an ancient film camera like me, or a professional mirrorless camera or whatever, make sure you capture those moments with your friends, because after you've lived a full life, the places you've been and the things you've done won't matter near as much as the people you met along the way. And the moments you capture with them will probably be the best photos you ever took. After hanging out for a while, we got changed and went to a club called Omnia. This was probably the most fun I've had at a club like this, and to make things even better, this was the birthplace of Tyler's alter ego, Omnia Teej. On the final morning, Tyler, Jared, Zach, and I went outside the Bellagio and just chatted, said goodbye, and had what I'm calling our Ocean's 11 moment before we went our separate ways and headed home. This trip was amazing, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. And if I do forget, at least I'll have some great photos to remind myself. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.